Yeah, good evening, Ravi.
Yeah, could you please share your screen and open the document on activity guide, whatever the topics given today, and walk me through. Over to you, Jagadish.
Yeah, okay, Ravi. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Here it is the activity guide. I'm going to explain the managing security first. This overview. Explain. This practice we will perform the following task: assign access to account and entity dimension members. So in this practice, we will assign the access to users and groups for the following dimension members. First, we have to log in the EPM cloud if necessary. So on the home page, click navigator and click dimension. Make account dimension selected. The dimension quick. Select the account which you created earlier in the practice total account. So give the access to the particular account. Let me navigate to the application. Go to the application. I'm going to open the first open the navigator. Go to the dimension. So I'm going to select that under the account dimension. Select the total account. So I'm going to assign the access to system administrator. Let me go to the activity guide. So assign access to. So now go to the groups and tab. Click add icon. So select the service administrator group and give the right access. So click OK and close the dialog box. Next, select the entity dimension. So repeat these steps 4 to 5 and write access permission to en01 and en01 underscore 06 to group service administrator. So I'm going to give the access to account and entity dimensions. Let me go to the application. So select the total account. So give the access, click on access. Here it is the assign access. Click on assign access. So click on groups tab. So click on add. So I'm going to give the service administrator. So go to groups. So let me check. Let me close this one. So the groups I have already created. So let me close this. And I'm going to create service administrator and give the right access. Click add. So the user and groups are added successfully. Click OK. Now they close this pop-up window. Close this one. So let me go to the entity dimension. So expand the total geography. So under the segments. So and expand the en01. So let me go to the activity guide. So give the assign access to en01 underscore 05. Let me go to the en01 underscore 05. So give the access to assign access. So go to groups. So I'm going to give the access to service administrator. Let me remove this. So I'm going to give access to service administrator. Click right access. Click add. No, okay. So click close. So this you can give the as an access to like this way. So now go to the activity guide. So the number lesson is 7, the valid intersection rules. Let me go to. So in this practice, we will perform the following task: define a valid intersection for dimension members. So in this practice, we will create a valid intersection using the your dimension members. First, you have to log into the EPM cloud application. So on the home page, click application cluster and then click valid intersection card. So click create to create the valid intersection rule. So let me go to the application. So go to the home page. So go to the application cluster, then go to the application cluster. So here it is the valid intersection card. Click on valid intersection card. So these are the predefined valid intersection cards. So if you want to create new one, click on create. So let me go to the activity guide. So here it is a give the name sample valid intersection. Give the name as sample valid intersection. So let me go to the activity guide. Here click arrow the anchor dimension is the select the account dimension, and now add the add dimension to make a combination with another dimension. So the another dimension is the entity. Now click add rule to. So let me go to the application. So this is the anchor dimension. I would select to account dimension. So I'm going to add the one more dimension. So this dimension is the entity dimension. So after that, click add rule to add the rule. So let me go to the activity guide. So in this activity, search for the operating income and it enter, then select the result by the clicking on it. So I'm going to select the account dimension in operating income. Let me go to the application. So select the down arrow mark, click edit. So I'm going to search for the what is that operating income. Click enter. So here it is the operating income. Enable this one. So click OK. So now I'm going to select the entity. So the entity is that account selection, otherwise step 3. So entity is the select the EN01. Go to the entity. So let me select entity EN01. Expand the total geography. So expand the segments. So expand the select the EN01. Click OK. Now now save and close. So now go to the activity guide. So under the EN01, you should select the I descendants. So after that, click OK and click save and close. So let me go to the application. So once I did this one, so I'm going to select the EN01 I descendants. Let me go. I'm going to, by using the functional selector, I'm going to select the I descendants. So after that, you should remove the EN01 by the gear. Click on gear icon. Click remove. Click OK. Now save and close. So here we can create the valid intersection rule. So let me go to the activity guide. So the practice lesson is 8 for the loading data using the data management. So let me go to this. So in this practice, we will perform the following task: import data to the FCCS application using the data management, create import format, location, data mapping, and the data load rule in order to export the data management. So in this part 1. So in this practice, in order to set up the run data load from the data management, we will start by the creating an import format if source data and target are defined. So log into the application. So let me go navigate the data management. In the navigator icon, there is a data management card. Click on data management card. Go to the application in the navigator icon. So here it is the data management card. Click on data management card. The data management page will be opened. So let me go to the activity guide. Now click on setup. Click import format. So let me go to click on setup. Click on import format. So click add create a new import format. So the enter the following details: name of the F underscore FCCS import format to load and delimited numeric data. So file type is the pipe, and then click save. So I'm going to first you should create the target application. For the file is the I'm already loaded the file in that DM data, but I'm going to load the data file into the data by using the data management. Let me go to the EPM cloud. So let me create one more target application local. So I'm going to select the consolidation application type. I'm going to select the application name FCCS. So give the name. activity. Click OK. Instead of I'm going to click OK. So target application will be created. I'm going to select the dimensions which you want to import the data. So I'm going to select uh, intercompany. Already selected account, entity, movement. So here is not required. So product and multi-cap. So from currency not required, I'm going to remove. So after that, click on save. The target application will be created. So after that, give the import format. So let me go to the activity guide. So give the if underscore FCCS import format to load the data description. So file type is the delimited numeric. The file delimiter is the pipe. Then click on save. Let me go to the data management. So import format. Click on add to create import format. Let me give the name if underscore FCCS. Target application will be the which you created previously, that is activity. Click OK. So click on save. So now mapping will be appear in this page. So I'm going to give the mapping. So you should select the file type. I'm going to select the delimited numeric. So the file delimiter will be the pipe. After that, click on save. So select the IFFCCS. Now give the column names. So the first one is the account. First one is the account, second one is the entity, third one is the movement. Let me go to view the first one is the account. View the field number is 1. So second one is the entity. I'm going to view the entity. Second. The third one is the movement. So the fourth one is the product. The fifth one is the intercompany. Sixth one is the local gap. Local gap. So the seventh one is the data. So that is the amount. Eighth one is the data source. So after that, click on save. So the import mappings will be saved. So let me go to the create the location for this import format. Go to the location. So go to the activity guide. So in this location place, there is the location. The location there is the setup tab. So here is the setup tab. Give the name. So location FCCS. If FCCS, then click on save. So let me go to the application. Let me go to the data management. Select a location. Create new location for import format. Give the name FCCS underscore location. Select the import format which you created previously. So I'm going to select IFFCCS. Okay. So let me save this. So the location will be created. So let me go to the activity guide. So after that, you should create the data mapping for the dimensions. Click on data load mapping. Then create the data load mapping. So enter the location name and period, and then click OK. So now the perform the mapping account dimension, click like mapping tab, then enter the following details by clicking add. Source value star, target value star, rule name SSC map. Likewise, you can create the entity, source value star, target value star, entity map. Likewise, you can create the entity and intercompany product. So let me go to create the data load map rule. So go to workflow. So here it is the data load rule, data load mapping. So select the location which you created previously. Reject, search. So the FCCS location, click OK. So period will be the January FY20. So I'm selecting the period is January 20. So now click OK. So here you can give the mappings. I'm going to give the account. I'm giving the star to star mapping. Likewise, you can create the every dimension. I'm going to give the data. This will is star to star mapping. Click on save. So data source. Here it is the free system generated mapping. So no need to give. So entity, give the star to star mapping. Click save. So now you can give intercompany. So click add. Here you can give the star to star mapping. Okay, click save. Now go to moment. So here this one also system generator mapping. No need to give. So multi-cap also system generator mapping. So product should give the star to star mapping. Star to star mapping. Save. After that, go to the activity guide. So data load rule. Provide the name is DL FCCS. This is the data load rule. So we go to, so in this, after that, execute this one, import from the source and export. Enable the checkboxes for the import from the source and export from the target. So after the select the file which you are in your system. After that, once selected the Explorer, so open your upload source file, click upload to upload the source file, browse for the file present in the location. So this file is already there in my local machine. So after that selected, click OK. So now click run. So click refresh the status of the data load rule. Once the load is successful, the status will be the visible at green tick. So in case of any failure, go to the process details page to view the errors. So go to the data load workbench, view the imported file. So let me go to the application and go to the data management. So open the data load rule. So select already there is selected the location. So I'm going to create the new rule. Give the rule name DL FCCS. Select the import format which you created previously. This is IF FCCS. Click OK. So I am going to select this file. This is already there in my local machine. So I am going to select. So select the file. Upload. Choose file from the system. So in here it is the DM data. So click OK. So here is the DMD data 1 file. Click OK. So after that, click OK. So after that, click on save. So execute will be appear. So click execute. So select enable the checkboxes, import from the source and export to target. After that, click run. So the process has been submitted for extraction. So the process ID and extract ID will be generated. Click OK. Now let me check in the process details. So it will be processed. Let me refresh. Click refresh. So the imported was successful. So let me go to data load workbench. So in this you can import. I'm going to import it and validate it and export it. So the data will be exported successfully. So let me go to the activity guide. So after that, in order to export the data in FCCS application, navigate to home page and click on rules card and launch the consolidation rule. So provide the following details on launch the page. Enter the entities EN01, enter the period January, and enter the scenario actual, enter the year FY20, then click on launch. So let me go to the data management. Let me go to the application. So here it is the home page. So in this group, click on rules card. So launch the consolidation rule. So select the entity as EN01. So entity scenario is also actual. So enter period is Jan and enter year is FY20. Click launch. So the consolidation rule was run successfully. So let me go to the income. So if you want to check the consolidation, click on jobs, go to the home page, click on jobs, the application cluster, click on jobs. So the consolidation was successfully completed. Now go to the activity guide. Now click the data card and expand the FCCS income statement folder. So next click on FCCS income statement by period to open up the form. Enter the following details point of view. So to enter the details in dimension member, search and select the member as shown in the preceding table, and then click OK. The following screenshot is the year and year dimension. So let me go to the application. Click on navigator, click on data card. So here it is the data card. So in this expand FCCS income statement, here it is the predefined forms. So in this click FCCS income statement by period. So income statement, click on by period. So I'm going to select the POV. So actual FY20 periodic EN01 entity input and total input and adjustment, no intercompany, local gap entry. So let me go to actual FY20 periodic EN015. So actual FY20 periodic. So I'm going to give the EN015. After that, click OK. Now go to activity. So entity input, total input and adjusted, no intercompany, local gap, entity currency, no product, entity input, data, total data source, no intercompany, FCCS. We'll go into local gap, click OK. So now click go. So the data will be appear what you previously uploaded in the by using the data management. Likewise, you can see the data in the forms. So after selecting dimension, click on go. Now we will be able to see the data in the imported through the data management. So here you can see the data by which you imported previously by using the data management. Let me go to the next one. The practice for lesson 9 is managing data. So in this practice, we will perform the following task: importing data from the CSV file, copying data from the one POV to another POV. So clearing data from the queue. So in this way, we will import the data from CSV format. First, you have to log into the EPM cloud. So on the home page, application cluster, click on overview, go to the on the home page. So application cluster. So click on overview. Go to the activity guide. So after that, click on actions drop down and select the import data. Go to the application. Let me go to application. Click on actions. So click on import data. So in this page, this pop-up will be API. After that, so then click import. So select the local file type. Okay. Import format. Import. So I'm going to. I'm already there the one file. So going to. So click on create. So the question will be local. The file type is comma delimited. So I'm going to source file is select from my local system. So the file is the import data. So click open. So click validate. Import data submitted successfully. Validate import and then go to import. Let me check in jobs. Close this one. So go to jobs. So the data load process is completed is successful. So let me go to application. So here is the in this practice we will copy the data from the one entity to another entity. So then clear the data of one entity. So log in the application. After that, in the click on the actions drop down, select the copy data. So select the create button, fill the following details. Let me go to application. So go to home page. So there is application cluster. Open the application cluster. Open the overview card. Here the actions menu. So click on actions menu. So in there is the copy data option. Click on copy data. So click create. So you should select the scenario is actual. Target also actual. So year is FY20. So target is also FY20. So period is Jan. Target also Jan. So let me select. So scenario is actual. So the target will be also actual. So year is also FY20. So the target also FY20. So the period is Jan. Let me select Jan. Click OK. So the entity. So the target and the source entity is the en01 underscore 05. The target entity is the en01 underscore 06. Let me select. So the entities graphic. Let me select segments. So en01. So en015. So I'm copying the data in the en06. So I'm going to select en06. So the data source is the managed data. Okay. Expand total input and adjustment. So select manage data. Click OK. So click run. Click yes. So the data will be copied to the en01 underscore 06. Let me go to and check the job section. Verify the job was successfully completed or not. So to verify the data has been copied to entity JSON, click on data card on the application page. Expand the FCCS income statement folder. Then FCCS income statement by period form. So let me go to the application. So let me check this job was successfully completed or not. Go to jobs. So the copy data was successfully completed. So let me go to the data card. So here it is the income statement by period. So let me check. So change the entity dimension en016 and then click go icon and verify the data is present for the accounts or not. So let me go to the application. So I want to change the 05 to 06. So expand the en01. So 06. Click OK. Now click expand. So the data will be copied from the en01_06 on Boston. So let me go to the activity guide. So to clear the data from the home page, go to overview in the application cluster. So select the clear data under the actions menu. Go to the application, go to the home page. So the application, click on overview card, click on actions. There is a clear data, click on clear data. So the clear data profile will be open. So click on create button and fill the following details. So scenario is actual, year is FY20, period is Jan, entity is en01_06, data source is FCCS data input. Let me go to the application. So click on create, going to select the scenario is actual, click OK. Here is the FY20, click OK. So period is the Jan. Now click OK. So I'm going to select the entity is the en01_06, expand the total geography. So expand the segments, expand the en01. So it is the 06. I'm going to clear the data on the entity en06. So click OK. So I'm going to select the data source. So manage the data. So expand the total data source, total input and adjusted. So click on manage the data, click OK. Now click run to clear the data under the entity. Let me check. Go to the cancel, click cancel, go to the activity guide, go to the next page. So then click run, then follow the step 9 and clear the no data will be available for the entity 06 in the form. So let me check the data is available or not. Go to the first, go to the jobs. So the job was successful or not. The clear data job will successfully completed. Let me go to the navigator, click on data card. So here it is the en01_06 data will be clear in this form. So let me go to the activity guide. So here it is the managing forms. So in this practice, we will perform the following task: creating forms which will be used to enter and view the data in the application. In later exercises, assigning access for those forms. So in this practice, we will create the forms. First log into the APM Cloud application. On the home page, click navigator icon, cluster, and then click select forms. So let me go to the application. So go to the home page, the navigator icon. So under the create and manage menu, there is a forms icon. Click on forms icon. So let me go to the navigator icon. So click the plus icon to create the new folder. So give the name as data forms and click OK. Go to the application. So plus icon, click plus icon to give the name data forms. So now click OK. The data form folder will be created. Open. So I'm going to create another form, another name, data form 3. Click OK. So the data form folder will be created. So if you newly created folder, then click create simple form. Let me go to the application. So in this, click on create simple form, or else you can click on actions. There is a create simple form. So let me go to application. Enter the following details on the property space. Now name as data entry. So description is the this form is used for data entry. Click next. So name is data entry. Form. So the description, this form is used for data entry. Is used for data entry. So after that, click next. And we go to the activity guide. So on the layout tab, arrange the dimensions in the following format in the dragging and dropping dimension. In the point of view, select the view, intercompany, currency, multi-gap, and product. So let me go to the point of view. So I'm going to select the page in the years, period, scenario, consolidation, data source. Years, period. Let me drag the years into page and scenario into page. Period and consolidation into page. Period and consolidation. Drag to page and data source also drag to into page. So let me go to activate it. So then the column section in the rows, take the moment and account. So in that take the moment and account, moment and account. So in the columns you take entity. So after that click on save. The form has been saved. Let me go to activity guide. So now add two more rows. Add two more rows to the in the rows section. To a right click on row 1 and the click select to add row. Now go to add one more row for this. Click add row. So click save. So click. Let me open form one more time. So go to forms. So which you created previously, that is the data form 3. So the data form entry. Let me open. Let me edit this one. You go to layout. So the one more row will be added. After that, go to activate and check. Repeat once more. So the 3 rows will be created on the row section. I'm going to add one more row. Click right click on the row section. Click add row. So row will be added. Click save. After that, so enter the following details in the point of view dimension by clicking on the icon as shown in the screenshot. So we use the FCCS periodic, currency is the entity currency. So let me check. So we use the periodic. Going to select periodic. Click OK. So I'm going to select the currency as entity currency. Let me click on entity currency. Click add to currency. Click OK. So let me go to activity guide. So in the intercompany, no intercompany, product, no product, multi-gap, local gap. Let me select in the point of view. Intercompany is no intercompany. Click add. Okay. Multi-gap is local gap. Click add to the multi-gap. Click OK. So I'm selected the product as no product. I'm selecting the no product. Click OK. So now go to activity guide. So it should select following screenshot. So in this page, click the blue down arrow for the year dimension. Click edit. Next, select the years. Click the functional selector and click children's. So click OK. So I'm going to select the years for the children's. Let me check. Edit. So select the years and go select the functional selector. I'm going to check the children's. Click OK. I'm going to similarly enter the following details. So scenario is actual. So consolidation is I descendants FCCS contribution input. So scenario is actual. Let me select actual in the scenario section. Click OK. Now consolidation is FCCS underscore contribution input I descendants. So let me check consolidation is. Click on edit. So this is underscore contribution total. So let me expand the contribution input contribution. So this here it is the contribution total. Let me select the I descendants for this. So I descendants. Click OK. Now let me select period is I descendants year total. Let me go to the application. Let me select the year total I descendants. Let me select the functional selector. Select the I descendants. Click OK. Now go to the activity guide. So data source is the total data source id descendants. Let me select the total data source. Edit total data source. Click on function selector. So id descendants. Click OK. So let me go to the activity get. It should be like that. Now enter the following details for the rows and columns. For the row 1 movement dimension, search for the changes due to issue of stock. So let me go to the application. I'm going to select the movement in the first column. So the name is that changes due to issue of stock. Let me search for this. So I'm going to select the changes due to issue of stock. Click OK. So let me go to the activity guide. Now so I'm going to select the account is common stock. Let me go to account. Click edit. I'm going to select the common stock. Let me search for this one. So common stock. Let me add to account. Click OK. So I'm going to select the another one changes in other current assets. So let me search for the moment. So changes in other current assets. So let me add to moment dimension. Click OK. So now let me select the account dimension. The account dimension is 4000. Let me go to the account. Click edit. So let me search for the 4000 account. So the result is found on that. So let me go to check for the another dimension. 7001. So operation expense, select this one. Click OK. So I'm going to select another one is 7000. So meanwhile you select changes in net income in the moment dimension. Select the edit. Select the moment dimension. Changes in net income. So I'm going to select changes in net income. So the account is the 7000. Let me select the account dimension. 7000. Click add to the account dimension. Now click OK. So now I'm going to select entity dimension. So the entity dimension is the consolidation entity children. Consolidation. Let me check. Go to the application consolidation entity. So I'm going to select the consolidation entity. See for that children. Let me select the functional selector. View the children. Click OK. So I'm going to take the functional selector. So that is the consolidation entity. So after that, click save. So select the business rule tab and select the console rule consolidate and then click add. Now go to click save. Go to the business rules. So I'm going to select the console rule consolidate. I'm going to add the business rule. So after that, click on save. As mentioned, let me go to the activity guide. So select the newly created form and then click edit. Click save as and give the consolidation data. Give the name as consolidation data form. So go to the application, click save. After that, finish. So select the data entry form, click edit. So now I'm going to click on save as form. Give the name as consolidated data form. Data form. After that, now we go to layout and So give the name as consolidation data form. Let me go to. So let me go to the application, click OK. So after that, click layout. So in this layout tab, delete the row 2 and row 3. Row 3. Now the changes members following dimension step will be similar to step 11 above. So go to the application. I'm going to delete the rows 2 and 3. I'm going to delete. So delete the row. I'm going to delete the another row. So let me go to the application activity guide. So in the moment dimension, 2 columns from the rows. So I'm going to change the rows to columns. Let me go to the application. I'm going to change the moment dimension, rows to columns. Now let me go to the activity guide. So now changes, moment is closing balance, account is the ID sentence, FCCS total balance sheet, traditional approach. So go to select the moment is closing balance. So select the closing balance. Remove this one. Click OK. Now ticket. Account is that I descendants FCCS total balance sheet and traditional approach. So go select the account is. Click on edit. So under the balance sheet, the total balance sheet of traditional approach, select the I descendants for this one. Let me check the functional ID selector. Now click OK. Now go to the activity guide. So the selection should be like that. So children's FCCS closing balance, and so I'm going to select. Make the following changes in POV dimension number. View as FCCS YTD. So view as FCCS. I'm changing the view as FCCS YTD. Let me remove the periodic and select the YTD. Here's the FCCS intercompany top. So I'm going to select the intercompany top. Let me remove the no intercompany. I'm going to select the intercompany top. Click OK. Now go to the activity guide. So currency is the parent currency. So I'm going to select the currency is the parent currency. Parent currency. Let me remove the entity currency. So now click OK. So in the grid properties, enable the checkbox for suppressing missing blocks and suppressing missing data and rows. So go to the FM clouds, click save. So in this grid properties, so enabling the suppress missing blocks and suppressing missing data rows. Click enable. After that, click on save. The form has been saved. Now finally click save and finish. Save and click finish. So in this our practice, so log into the APM cloud, the select data entry format, then click SN access icon. Select the groups to click on plus icon. Select the service admit as a give the right access to and click add. Select the data entry form in the actions menu, give the access to service administrator. So click on groups, click on add plus icon, click service administrator, give the right access, click add. So adding group users selected successfully. Now close this one. So close this pop-up window. Now let me go to the activity get. So that's it, Ravli. I'm completed.
Thank you so much, Jagadeesh.
Yeah, thank you, Ravli.